Hello, and welcome to another I'm doing something on the internet with no particular reason because I'm actually delaying for another project once again. Today I'm going to tell the story of how I have acquired an unholy number of copies of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. More specifically, things that call themselves Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I do need to make a couple of qualifiers. So what qualifies as a new copy of Sonic 2? Step 1, it needs to be paid for and or included within the payment of something, even if I didn't make said payment personally. Number two, maybe most important, it needs to be presented as a separate ROM if it's a game within the thing. So let's start off where our story begins and focus on our Genesis copies of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You see, my descent into darkness begins in the year 2002, when I acquired a Nintendo GameCube and a copy of Sonic Mega Collection for said Nintendo GameCube. And if you're familiar with Sonic Mega Collection, you'll know it includes Sonic the Hedgehog 2, plus Knuckles in Sonic 2 as an unlockable game, making 2 copies of Sonic 2. Alright, jump forward to 2012 and I have received Sonic Classic Collection for the Nintendo DS. And what does it include? That's right, another copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Knuckles in Sonic 2. We are at 4 copies. That's right, baby. 4 copies of Sonic 2. As you might have noticed, there was an approximately 10-year gap between these. Worry not, I received another 2 copies of Sonic 2 in the meantime, both for Nintendo GameCube. However, we're changing this up a little bit. These aren't just Genesis copies of Sonic 2, these are Game Gear copies of Sonic 2, included with Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, exclusively, not exclusively because it was also on PC for Nintendo GameCube. Also included in Sonic Gems Collection, it is, that's right, Sonic 2 for the Sega Game Gear, once again. However, at this point is where things start getting crazy. Jump forward to sometime after 2018, and my mental illness goes insane. What did I do? That's right, I bought the Sega Genesis Collection for the Nintendo Switch. And what's it include? That's right, say it, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Sega Genesis. I forgot I can make myself blink. Sega Ages Sonic 2 for Nintendo Switch, another recompiled version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which was basically the 3DS port, but not in 3D and with the drop dash. Unfortunately, I don't have the 3DS port. Don't have it, sadly. Very sad, I know. I'm a disappointment. Alright, Sega Genesis Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack thing. That's right, another copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, rented perpetually. Worry not, I'm going back in time a little bit. We're jumping back to whenever I built my computer in approximately 2020. Sega was giving away Sonic 2 for free. So that's right, that's one more copy of Sonic 2. And if you consider that your Steam purchase of any of the Genesis Classic Collection games includes an uncompressed ROM, maybe that's even a second copy of Sonic 2. So we're at like 11 or something. You see, in 2022, they released Sonic Origins Collection for all major platforms, which includes Sonic the Hedgehog 2. However, these are not considered a second copy for Knuckles purposes because it's just a character select screen based off of the iOS version, which I never paid for, but I watched ads, so maybe it counts. So we're going to include it even though I don't ever play that one because it's on an iPhone and cringe, all right? However, you see Sonic Origins only released digitally its first year. That was until Sonic Origins Plus, the $5 DLC where you got to play as Amy, and added Knuckles to Sonic CD. Is that considered another copy of Sonic CD? Maybe, but that doesn't matter for our conversation. We're focusing on the fact that when you bought it, one, I bought it again digitally, I mean physically on the Switch to get a cartridge, and then included in the Origins DLC is Game Gear games. So that's right, baby. What I didn't tell you earlier is I also got another copy of Origins on the Steam, so I could have it on the Steam Deck. That's right, we're up another 3 copies of Sonic 2, 1 Genesis and 2 Game Gear. I know, I've lost my freaking mind. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I bought a second copy of Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube. So that I bought a used GameCube and a bunch of other games that included Mega Collection. And then you see the Sonic Cinematic Universe began with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and that got a sequel called Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which had physical releases. So of course I bought the 4K one. and that included digital copies. That's another 2. But then I got a Blu-ray drive to rip all of my Blu-rays. However, my drive, until they hack it, it cannot rip 4K discs. So what did I use that as an excuse to do? That's right, I used it as an excuse to buy the Steelbook of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So I got another 3 copies of Sonic 2. So if I've done all my math right, I have like 20 copies of things that call themselves Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Why am I telling you this? Why am I telling you this? You must clearly assume I clearly like Sonic 2 because it keeps convincing me to buy crap that has it in it. And here's the problem. Here's the problem. Sonic 2 is merely the I have Sonic 3 at home because Michael Jackson makes it difficult to buy Sonic 3. If Sonic 3 had the number of ports Sonic 2 had, I would have 20 copies of Sonic 3. Unfortunately, that is not the reality we live in. So I'm gonna go cry and write a video about Sonic Adventure 2. Maybe, who knows? I told myself I'd work on that forever ago, and then I never did. Peace out.